Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tia.
And I'm Ebony.
And this is
Reacting to the internet.
Alright guys, we know why we're here. You know why you're here. You saw the title. You clicked on the thumbnail. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Hello to all of our new subscribers. We see you. We appreciate you. Welcome to the family. Today we're going to be reacting to the impressive channel. Oprah is annoyed with Taraji P. Henson drama. Gabrielle Union shades Vivica A. Fox. Now, did you guys go see The Color Purple?
I did not.
I didn't go see it. Why?
I have not seen it.
I didn't see it, and I'm probably not going to see it until it comes out on Netflix. Why? Because I like my musicals to be happy. I don't think
sense.
I'm not sure how The Color Purple translates to a musical. Like in my mind, I really couldn't make it make sense because I was there for the original, and it was perfect. So I really didn't need them to do a remake, let alone a musical version of it. But hey, it could have been fire. Who knows?
It's a classic.
Classic movie, right? But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the video.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Impressive channel. There has been a lot of drama surrounding the Color Purple release, and personally I feel like this drama ruined the rollout for this movie. People have been creating drama between the cast of Color Purple. Also, Taraji spoke about the pay inequality that's been happening, and Vivica did react to this. Vivica A. Fox reacted to what Taraji said, and she seemed to be unbothered. She didn't seem to be in support of Taraji like that, and Gabrielle Union threw shade at Vivica. I mean, there's a whole lot going on, and I'm going to get into that later on in this video, but I first want to talk about The Color Purple. The movie is currently struggling at the box office, unfortunately. It did well in its opening weekend, but so far it's only grossed $54.6 million, and you have to think about it. The budget for this movie was around $140 million, which included marketing. So that's a lot of money that was invested, and the money still has not been recouped yet. That is actually a huge issue, and it is possible that when award season comes around, the movie might get a boost in sales. Who knows? But so far, it's not performing the way that it should. And on top of that, you have some of the castmates airing out their grievances about the filming, and there were just a lot of different stories that surfaced that kind of created a negative cloud over the movie. I mean, you heard stories that there was tension between the executive producer Oprah and Taraji P. Henson. People on TikTok were breaking down the body language between them and saying that Oprah didn't like Taraji because she wouldn't hug her or touch her. I mean, just a whole bunch of stuff. And also you heard that there was some drama between Oprah and Whoopi Goldberg. A source told Page 6 that Oprah skipped out on doing a promo run at The View, and some speculated that she did that to avoid reuniting with Whoopi. It was said that Oprah and Whoopi were beefing with each other, and this is not the first time we heard this. They were both a part of the original.
Is that not shady as hell? How do you not include Whoopi Goldberg?
That's true.
Is that not shady?
That's what she is Color Purple. When I remember,
she is color. Exactly, she is the Color Purple.
Anytime you associate that movie, I automatically think about Whoopi Goldberg. No, man, put them fingers down. That's true. No, but yeah, she is. That is an iconic role.
Exactly. Like,
she is the person for it. Yeah.
Did they ask her to do it? She just declined. Like, that's one thing, right? If she just declined to do it, but they didn't even invite her. Like, that's crazy to me.
It's real unfamiliar, Granddad.
Real unfamiliar. That's crazy. How do you not? I guess. And then as far as the drama around the movie itself, like, not the movie itself, but around the production of the movie, I have a question. Because I'm not in the film industry. I'm not in the industry at all, actually. But does the actors' pay fluctuate depending on how well the movie does? Like, I know everybody wants that movie to do well because you want to get nominated and you want to win Grammys and stuff like Grammys. You want to win Oscars and Emmys and stuff like that. I understand that. But if the movie flops, do you not get the same pay that you signed up for?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, let us know. Let's get back into it.
Cast of The Color Purple back in the 80s, but oddly enough, they never really interacted with each other over the years, and they did finally do a sit down and they addressed it on the Oprah Winfrey Show, and they both admitted that they felt like they didn't like one another, which is why they avoided each other, but they cleared up their issues there. However, fast forward to the present, it seemed like there was still some tension between the two because Whoopi was noticeably left out of the promo run for this new Color Purple, and it was rumored that Oprah slighted her by not coming to The View, and it was said that Oprah allegedly kept Fantasia from connecting with Whoopi. I mean, there were just a lot of different rumors, and Whoopi debunked the rumors that she and Oprah had a fight.
I didn't get into a fight with Oprah backstage here at The View.
Let's pause. I just want y'all to understand what she just said. She said she did not get into a fight with Oprah backstage here at The View. So it's possible that
Oh,
Whoopi threw hands
no,
on
she
Oprah.
did not. She did not throw hands. Her.
It's possible. Maybe
Man,
they threw
heck
hands
no.
somewhere else. It just wasn't at backstage at the View. It
She
wasn't
did
there.
say that very
It
specific.
wasn't at her place of work, which is professional, right? You don't throw hands at your workplace. You go outside in the parking lot. That's no longer their property.
That's what you do?
That's what
you
you
sound
do.
like you got some experience.
That's what you do. Just saying.
Come on.
Let's get back to it.
Oprah and Whoopi didn't have a fight, but it is obvious to the viewers and the fans of Color Purple that Whoopi was kind of left out, but I thought it was a class act that the cast came on there and they gave her a standing ovation. I thought that was really nice, but that whole rumor about Oprah and Whoopi feuding did create some negative press for the film. Also, there was some other drama. In fact, one of the actresses, Danielle Brooks, exposed the production team for being cheap, and that was super embarrassing.
I remember when we first came in and we were doing rehearsal, and they put us all in the same space. Like, we didn't have our own dressing rooms at the time, and they did not give us sorry, Miss O, we didn't have no food.
She had no idea.
She didn't know what was going on.
She had no idea.
I heard about it.
Oh, yeah.
And you corrected it for us. You corrected it.
Didn't I call you? Yes, and I was like, Miss O, we gotta fix this. And she said, say less. And was it not
And
fixed?
that's what I appreciated, though. You were our voice.
Another one of the castmates named Alicia Pearl said that she wasn't even invited.
Now, here's I understand. Like, I'm not here to villainize. I'm not here to villainize Oprah, right? I understand what Oprah's role was. I understand what she was supposed to do, and I have no doubt that she I have no doubt that she executed her role the way that she was supposed to do it, right? But I saw a quote, or a part of an interview that Oprah did, where she said that The Color Purple was her baby, right? Like, it was her thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know that The Color Purple probably was one of Oprah's more prominent roles to open the gateway for her to become the Oprah that we see today. Side note, do y'all still like Oprah? Do y'all still fuck with Oprah? Because I don't. But I personally feel as though she could have been, like, she could have went above and beyond. She could have been there for the opening, like the soft rehearsals or whatever the fuck it is that they were doing. Like, I feel like she could have been there and some of these things could have been avoided. Like, that's just how I feel. Did she have to do this? No, it wasn't her role. But if this is your baby and you was on the original and you probably know that they was not treating you correctly when you did the original film, right? Why would you not, like, be there and make sure that shit was going right for your sisters? Like, making sure that I know how it goes down at these studios. I know that shit get crazy, and I know that they're not paying people what they were. Oprah knows this. She knows this. Like, why would you not be there? And I'm not saying that she had to, but for me, I would have liked to see her go above and beyond. I would have liked to see the cast come out there and say, yo, Oprah was there from day one. You know, whenever there was this, she was there fixing it. That's what I would have liked for them to say, you know, versus when we had a problem, so we had to call Oprah, you know, because she probably was the only person that they could relate to, or they probably could call, to be honest with you. Because the production company probably, we gonna tell the production company? They the ones who doing the shit. So, I mean, I get it. I just wish, again, I know it wasn't Oprah's, her part, but damn, just go to the extra mile. I would like to see that. Okay. Let's get back into
Oprah putting in a little more work.
Just a little bit more work, Oprah. We know you're rich. Damn.
Invited to the Golden Globes with the other cast.
Oh, right. I wasn't invited. But I'm wearing my purple to cheer on my Color Purple fam. Go Fantasia Danielle! Woo! And don't worry, I'll be a nominee in a few years.
This is just a mess, and I kind of believe that some of the stories and the behind-the-scenes drama kind of ruined the rollout and the promo run for The Color Purple. And I think matters were made worse when Taraji P. Henson was speaking about pay inequity and how the cast was underserved. I do feel like Taraji was going through a lot of things personally and maybe even financially, and it just spilled out in her interviews. And it got really awkward when she revealed that she wasn't paid what she was owed for this movie. She felt like she was underpaid considering her resume. I mean, Taraji is an Oscar nominee. She's a Golden Globe and SAG award winner. She's been a part of Oscar award-winning movies like The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Hidden Figures, Fingers, Hustle and Flow. She's been the leading lady in movies like Proud Mary, Baby Boy, Not Easily Broken, etc. And she also started her own hit show on Fox called Empire. So she absolutely has the resume, and she's been working.
Let's clap for this queen. Let's clap for this woman. Let's clap for this goddess.
I like her. I like Taraji.
I like Taraji. I think Taraji is also one of those people who in Hollywood is who she says she is. Like, I get very authentic vibes from Miss Taraji. Like, she is who she is, you know. Because Cookie, the life that Taraji is able to breathe into these characters is incredible to me. Like, Cookie Lion was a whole movement, okay? She played the hell out of that role. Hidden Figures.
Mm-hmm. She did good in that movie.
Drinking from a pot none of you want to touch. Come on now. Where is this lady Emmy? Where's her Oscar? Where's her Golden Globe, which I'm pretty sure she won? Where is her stuff? I think she won that for The Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
No, she was nominated for an Oscar award, Best Supporting Actress, I think, or something like
She didn't
that.
win it?
No,
Oh,
she should have.
They cheated her.
Yeah, she should have.
They
It was
cheated
good. She did a really great job.
Did an amazing job.
I don't know who she lost to that year, but she did a great job.
Probably somebody white. In a sorry ass movie.
Probably.
In a sorry ass movie. I will never forgive these people.
That probably was, but that's Brokeback Mountain days.
Oh. That movie was gay.
Gay.
To this day.
I think it was around that time. I can't remember for sure, but I don't know. I'll have to look it up. But anyway,
yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Taraji's dope. She's good. She's a great
dope.
actress. She deserves to be paid what
she deserves her billions of dollars.
However, comma.
She earned it.
However, comma. There's a time and place for everything.
You think so?
Even to lay your grievances out.
Let's get back into it.
Working nonstop for over 20 years. So she definitely deserves what she is owed, but unfortunately she's not getting that. And it kind of led her to spill out her grievances and frustration during the rollout of The Color Purple.
As a black woman, you know, we do it with so much grace and get paid half the price of what we're worth. And that becomes difficult. I haven't seen a raise in my income since Proud Mary. And almost had to walk away from Color Purple. Yes, ma'am. I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. And if I can't fight for them coming up behind me, then what am I doing? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. Don't apologize.
And then they tell me we don't translate overseas.
Yeah.
I'm tired of hearing that my entire career, 20 plus years in the game, and I hear the same thing, and I see what you do for another production, and when it's time for us to go to bed, you don't have any money. They play in your face. When you see a black woman up here, baby, we jumped hurdles to get here. We fought all the obstacles.
Yes.
Getting paid less than. And we do it with grace. We do it with grace because we speak up too much, we're considered angry. I'm trying to give you lessons here.
Taraji also had complaints about the production team giving them rental cars to drive to work. She said in her interview with the New York Times, they gave us rental cars. And I was like, I can't drive myself to set in Atlanta. This is an insurance liability. It's dangerous. Now they robbing people. What do I look like taking myself to work by myself in a rental car? So I was like, can I get a driver or security to take me? I'm not asking for the moon. They're like, well, if we could do it for you, we got to do it for everybody. And she continued, well, do it for everybody. It's stuff like that, stuff I shouldn't have to fight for. I was on the set of Empire fighting for trailers that wasn't infested with bugs. Now, some people believe that Taraji speaking out about this may have caused some tension between her and Oprah. Even though Oprah and Taraji debunked the rumors that they were feuding, I still feel like Oprah felt away and had an issue with the matter as a whole. And the reason why I feel that way is because of how she responded to it in her recent interviews. Oprah has been painted out to be the villain, but truthfully, Oprah is not at fault for all of the things that were happening behind the scenes. I believe she is the executive producer, so her job was really to promote the film and to invest in the film. She wasn't responsible for paying the cast, nor was she responsible for overseeing the working conditions. That was really the studio's responsibility, not Oprah's. So Oprah was being blamed for no reason at all, and anytime Taraji had a complaint, Oprah would have to step out of her role and intervene. And I could tell that Oprah was a bit annoyed. She was annoyed that the problems always fell on her, and she's annoyed that she's being blamed for it now.
But before you go, 3 people have stopped me today, Oprah, and said, what is the deal with Oprah and Taraji?
Again, I feel like Oprah should know the game, and I understand what Oprah's role was, but at the same time, you should know the game. You should know that if they can put 2 black women against each other, that's exactly what they're going to do. And that's what's happening. So for me, I just feel as though some of this stuff just could have been avoided in its entirety. Like Oprah, you've been around these rich people for most of your life now, for half of your life now. You should know how the game go. You should know that, hey, we need to have a conversation. Everybody, all the black people, we need to have a conversation.
Yeah, all the black people.
This is what we need to do. This is how we need to maneuver it. This is how we need to handle it. This is what needs to be done.
Yeah, I think the media is doing what the media does best, which is, you know, make these two women, a beef between these two women that's probably not there. You know what I'm saying? I would be annoyed too if somebody always put my name in something I had no control over. I would be annoyed with that as well. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, I get it.
And the pressure of, just because it's other black women, I have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, as a black woman, yes, we all know we need to stand with each other in certain situations. And I get that too, you know, but I think that sometimes she was just playing her role. She was doing what she was supposed to do. I'm funding, I'm doing this, but the media is creating this, and they're not even pointing enough questions at the people who are truly responsible for it. They pointed it at Oprah. So I don't think that's right. Even though I think Oprah could have done a little bit more, I'm sure she could have, right? I'm certain she could have, right? She could probably call and get ish taken care of. But I don't like how the media's not really talking to the people who they need to be talking to. Who is the production team of Warner Brothers or whoever, you know, who's the production company? These are the people you need to be talking to. Hey, why aren't you willing to pay these women what they need to put them under the fire? You putting another black woman under fire. That's wrong to me.
I understand that, and I get that. I also feel like, as far as Taraji and everybody speaking out about their experiences, I also feel like sometimes you do have to hit people where it hurts. So if the media wants to come in my face and ask me all these questions instead of going to the people where it needs to go to, then everything that I say is going to be directed towards the people who you need to talk to. Like, hey, the production team didn't do this. They're not saying, like, Taraji and them, they're not saying Oprah didn't do this. They're like, hey, the production team. They're speaking to the people who they need to speak to. Like, they're naming the people who they need to name, right? Like, this, and this. And the only reason why it's an Oprah problem is because Oprah's one of the producers.
He's promoting it.
It's promoted. That's the only reason. And she was in the original movie. That's the only reason. And unfortunately, when your name is Oprah and you are Oprah, there's the burden that comes along with that.
That's true.
And this is one of those burdens. And I just feel like some of this stuff could have been 1,000% avoided if Oprah would have went above and beyond. Did she have to do that? No, I understood that she didn't have to do it, but damn, come on now. You know the game. Let's get back into it.
What do you want to share with the class?
The thing that is so upsetting to me is that somebody went on and something went viral where they're analyzing us on top of the Empire State. We were cold.
Oprah said you were cold.
We were cold. It was cold.
Yeah, there's a whole
fourth thing we had done
TikTok
that day.
yes.
When I got the first phone call, they were being asked to rent cars because they were in the middle of rehearsal.
Well, I asked for my own car because I like to drive myself. I'm a Southern woman.
So
I heard. Let's pause. So, not to say that Taraji needed to drive herself or anything like that, right? Like, of course, give her cars. But I'm not understanding why that was such a big issue, because Fantasia was like, I can drive myself.
Well, I think Taraji was saying it because of a safety issue. They robbing people in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Or robbing rental cars. That's how it seemed like. And so she probably just didn't feel safe driving herself around Atlanta. She don't live in Atlanta. She not from Atlanta. She don't know the ins and outs, and maybe she just felt a little unsafe about driving herself around without security. You know what I'm saying? People getting robbed. You see me at the stoplight, I look over, I see Taraji P. Henson. She ain't got no security, got nothing.
Another question. Do the production company have to pay for your security?
Yes.
Because I thought these people had like their own security team or something. No?
You gotta make sure the people get to and fro.
What?
And obviously it's the norm. Because whenever they say it was a problem, it's like, how she's saying it, it's like it's the norm for people to have these things. You know.
I'm not saying that she didn't have a right to ask for these things. I'm just trying to figure out why it was such a big issue.
I think safety.
Fantasia saying she could drive herself, and then Taraji was saying, all these other things. I'm like, okay, so is it a big issue? Is it not an issue? But if that's what she wants, then she should get what she wants, because obviously she's probably the more veteran person in the movie. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know.
It's kind of like those things that celebrities do when they say, hey, I want 100 white roses in my trailer before I go on stage.
Yeah, but
it's nothing you have to do, but you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm trying to understand. Like, is something that the production team have to do? Like, is this standard for them to be like, okay, yeah, we're gonna do this, or is it just a request that she wanted, which again she had every right to ask for? I'm just trying to understand.
Is it the norm?
Is it the norm for the production team to be like, okay, yeah, we can do this, or is it like, no, figure it out yourself? I'm not sure, but anyways, let's get back into it.
That Taraji was upset because she'd been asked to do a rental car. I personally called Toby Emmerich, who was at the time the head of Warner Brothers, and he said, well, that means we have to do cars for everybody. Then I said, then we do cars for everybody. And if it's necessary, I will pay for the cars myself. He goes, well, we don't want you to do that. So, from that was one thing, trailers were another thing, food was another thing.
And everything got handled.
See, that's what I have an issue with. Well, we have to do cars for everybody. Okay, we'll do cars for everybody. I'll even pay for it. Well, we don't want you to do that. That means that they have the option to do it. They just didn't want to do it for them. So it may be the norm. It just may be in a way they try to cut costs or something. Just like that's what I'm thinking.
Maybe. Let's get back into it.
Everything got handled. I don't even know. You know what? It's so disturbing to me. Why is my name even in this conversation?
It's obvious that Oprah is annoyed here, and I can guarantee you Oprah will probably never work with Taraji P. Henson again after this. People can say what they want. They could say, oh, they're cool, they respect each other, they love each other. Nah. I think they were keeping it professional, but Oprah was clearly over it. She was over it. And I know she was hot when she heard how Taraji was talking in some of these interviews, because it really did create a negative light over the whole film. And I don't think Taraji intentionally sought out to sabotage the rollout at all. I think she was just tired of bottling up her emotions, and she just had to let it all out. I think she's honestly going through something personally and financially, which is why she's really talking like this. I could bet that there's something off with her team and they're not advocating for her properly. And she's probably overspending. She's taking care of people, paying so many people to keep up this Hollywood lifestyle, and it's exhausting. So it wouldn't be surprising if she was going through some personal.
So I'm going to react to what the lady just said. I saw an interview with Taraji, and she was saying the reason why we haven't seen her in a very long time after she did Empire was because her team didn't do anything to promote Cookie Lion, like to get her more roles, to make her bigger. And anyways, Taraji was going through a list of people that she has to pay out of her own personal pay, like her team, etc., etc. And she's like, just because I'm not getting a pay increase doesn't mean they don't get a pay increase. So she's like, her team, her beauty team, all those people, she's like, she has to pay those people out of her pocket. So when your team gets bigger because you are getting bigger, but your pay is not getting bigger, then yeah, you do have a problem. And so I can 100% understand where Taraji's coming from. I don't think that she has a financial problem. I think her problem is what she stated it is that she's not receiving a pay. And of course, nobody wants to hear millionaires, billionaires complain, but I'm taking that lens off and I'm looking at it from where I'm standing, right? In this climate. It's hard for a lot of people. It's hard. Like, shit is up, prices is up, gas is $10, bread is $20. It's hard out here. And they have millions of dollars in resources, and yeah, they're in a different tax bracket, but with different tax brackets come different problems. Anyways, let's get back into it.
No financial woes, but her speaking about pay inequity and the mistreatment that she receives as a black actress in the industry is important, and it's no different from what we've heard other black actresses say before. Monique, for example, was one of the first ones to speak boldly about this, and when she stood up for herself and tried to advocate for herself, she was ostracized, blackballed, and labeled difficult to work with, and she was completely demonized and criticized and didn't get the same amount of support that the other actresses have gotten when they spoke up.
As a black woman in Hollywood, see, initially you're told, build up your resume. and that's what'll get the money. Then you build up your resume, and then they'll say, well, you know what, we see the resume, but we'll get them the next time. All right. And you never meet your next time. Right. So when it comes to Netflix, and with Amy Schumer and Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock, and let me say this, what they got, they were supposed to. I don't have an issue with my sister Amy, nor my brother Dave and Chris, but when the vice president of Netflix says,
Wayfair presents wall art and decor. Create your gallery with art deals so good.
To my husband and our attorney, by the way, Monique is a legend too. Well, if I'm a legend, why wouldn't I get what the legends are getting? And when people said, Monique, do you think calling a boycott was extreme? You damn right. But isn't inequality extreme? If they're not paying you, baby, that's called slavery. Did I deserve to get what the legends got because Netflix considered me a legend? Or do you think that I should get the $500,000 because for some reason, a black woman that's a legend doesn't deserve what a white woman who's a journeyman gets?
We won't talk about gender inequality of pay because a lot of the women who've stepped forward, and I stand in solidarity with them, okay? What they're getting paid, which is half of what a man is getting paid, well, we get probably a tenth of what a Caucasian woman gets. And I'm number one on the call sheet. And then I have to go in and I have to hustle for my worth. But I have to get on that phone and people say, you're a black Meryl Streep. You are, and we love you. We love you. There is no one like you. Okay, then if there's no one like me, you think I'm that, you pay me what I'm worth.
But as black actresses, there's almost shame in
Y'all better pay Viola Davis what she is worth. She is Viola Davis, okay? She's been in musicals. She's been on Broadway. She's been in a TV show. She's been in movies. She's
Viola Davis.
She's Viola Davis. That man, Jordan.
Who?
Michael Jordan.
Come on now.
Said,
not that man, Michael Jordan.
Said, I want Viola Davis to play my mama.
Girl.
Bruh, come on now. I watched the movie just because Viola was in it. Couldn't tell you what it was about. Don't know a single line from it. But I watched it because Viola was in it. I love me some Viola Davis. I think she is one of the most beautiful people in the world. Okay? I love her. And her talent, her ability,
she talented.
Whatever entity you believe in has touched her because that lady can act her ass off. She can produce snot like nobody's business. Baby, I love me some Viola. But yeah, I get it. And I also love Meryl Streep too. She's also a legend.
Okay.
Okay.
Both of them.
Death Becomes Her. Yeah. That was my movie.
Meryl Streep can kill any role.
She can kill any role.
For real. I done seen her play on just, it seemed like she come on the screen, you be like, Meryl Streep in this, and you be like, dang, she killing it. Like, what was that show? What's the show that we watch? Murderers in the Building.
Oh yeah, when she was on there, she was in that. She was a star.
I was like, what? But yeah, Viola has that same impact.
And my good sis got an EGOT. Okay, she's won every award there is to win, and I love that for her. I love that for her.
Really, Tia?
Yes, I love me some Viola. And that's like one of the only celebrities that I want to meet. Just so and I want to meet Monique too because I believe Monique is who she says she is. Her last stand-up comedy was good.
It was good.
It was good. Like she said, you're gonna know exactly who I am. So I feel like Monique and Viola are the people, and Taraji are people in Hollywood who are exactly who they say they are, and I love that for them. Let's get back into it now, Gabrielle.
She got good intentions sometimes.
Sometimes
I think. Anyway, play.
Involved because we get paid so much less. You know, when those Forbes lists come out about highest paid actors, you're like, oh, I'm a failure. You know, I'm a failure. That's what they're making, and I'm nowhere close.
As you can see, this is a real issue that needs to be addressed and spoken about. So I don't blame Taraji for speaking out. Maybe the timing was a bit off. I think she probably could have waited until the promo run for The Color Purple was over before speaking out like this. But either way, she had to stand her ground and tell her truth. Now, what's interesting is Vivica A. Fox reacted to Taraji speaking about being underpaid in the
let me tell you, I love the way that they went about doing it. I think it was good. They spoke their truth. They spoke about it. They was not afraid. They didn't let fear hold them back. And if you're going to go after people, you need to hit them where it hurts. So now if your movie is flopping because we did this, because now the world knows how you treated us, that's the only way that sometimes you're going to get those big people to pay attention. So sometimes you gotta weigh your options. Sometimes you gotta take a L somewhere. You can't win the battle in the war sometimes. It's just sometimes it's not a thing. And so you got to pick one or the other. So for me personally, I think as far as getting her message out there, as far as letting people know what goes on and how these production companies treat people, how these studios treat women of color, I think it was a perfect way to get that message out there. And did it hurt the Color Purple promo run or whatever the hell it's called? Probably did. But did it spread a bigger message and bring more awareness to the issues that Monique was talking about 10 years ago? Absolutely. And so now you have probably a failing movie. Whose pockets is that going to hurt the most? The investors, the people who treating people like they crap. Because $1 million is $1 million.
$100 million.
$100 million is $100 million. No matter who you are, nobody wants to see that money lost. Now I know there's a time and a place, there's integrity behind it, it's this, and this. But for me, I'm like, what's gonna get my message across the most effective way to you production companies? Fuck that.
I think that there needs to be, yes, the message needs to get across. These people need to be treated fairly. Period. Anybody, right? I think you can be strategic about it and still get your point across and still not harm yourself along the way. Because as much as we saying we support Taraji, we love Taraji and all this other stuff, you don't know how this is probably going to impact her career. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was worth it to her, but we saying we support her and all this other stuff, but hey, we see it on Tubi or something. I know we ain't gonna be watching it.
I'm not gonna be watching Tubi because I don't have Tubi.
I'm just saying we don't want her to be subjugated to this time period, because now that but what's happening, that's happening though. Now she's not doing it on purpose. I don't think nobody should do it, but this is going to paint a poor light on her, and maybe it was worth it for maybe future actresses that are coming up and stuff like that. Like, I get it, right? But I don't know. I just think it's time.
The timing, I mean, like I said, I support everything about how she went about it and stuff like that. And if you don't speak up, you let fear and all this other thing dictate the way that you move, then, like she said, it's not going to get better for the people who are coming up behind me. It's not going to get better for those people. And what am I fighting for? Like, if I can't
fighting for herself.
But that's the thing, like, when you're in this enclosed industry and everybody wants to talk about black power and black women should protect black women, this is how you protect black women. You have the mic, you have the crown right now. So if they can't pull this bull crap with you and you're fighting for these women that's coming up after you, they see what the fight is. They see that this stuff can get done. You don't have to settle. You don't have to just take anything that is given to you. You see how hard somebody else is fighting for you. Sometimes you are inspired, not all the time, but I think that's a noble thing. I think that's a real, excuse my language, I feel like that's a real nigga thing, and not everybody is able to do that, because like when I'm hearing you talk, all I hear is fear. All I hear is I'm thinking about myself, me. I'm not thinking about nobody else but me. How do I get my bag? And I feel like you can't have that mentality and in the same breath be like, I'm for the people. I stand in solidarity.
But that's the thing. I feel like sometimes people are extremely reactive, and they react out of their emotions, and they're not strategic about how they do things, and they continue to fuck themselves.
Well, I don't think
so. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that she shouldn't say anything. I'm saying sometimes people be fighting just for the sake of fighting, and that this may not be the case. Like, I'm upset about this, so I'm gonna go out fight, and you don't think forward. You don't have forward thinking. You thinking about how you feeling in that particular moment.
Well,
and what I'm saying, but you have to think, because that's not how you win the war.
But you don't know
this is a battle.
You don't know. Okay, for me, you don't know how to win this war because this is not a life that you live. It's not a talent that you have. It's not a passion that you have. So you don't know how to win this war. You can't possibly know how to win a war that you've never even been in or even know the battlefield for. Now, you may know how to win the war as far as being an artist goes and that stuff, but I feel like I can't tell her or anybody who's fighting the war that I don't know.
But you just applauded her for standing up, and you saying that she's a noble person for trying to fight, be noble, and she's not thinking about herself and all this. You just gave her all those accolades for doing such things. But I'm thinking about the wisdom behind what she's doing. That's what I'm trying to get to the root of.
Well, yeah.
Like there's wisdom in a way that you can fight and advocate for yourself and advocate for others in a wise way. It doesn't.
It's not your way. It's not the way.
How are you gonna say?
I feel like it's not the way that you would go about doing it, but you have to think about how long she's been fighting. You have to think about how long she's been in the game. You have to look at her resume. There's a plethora of other things that goes along with that. She's probably getting ready to retire. She's probably like, okay, I got about 4 or 5 more movies in me, and I'm out of there. So at what point you want her to speak? Like, I feel like she's at a point in her career to where she can speak up because she does have this platform, because she has been fighting this long, and she does have the knowledge and the wisdom that she was telling us in there. Like, they tell you that you don't translate overseas, but yet they got the budget for this, and this. Like she said, she was dropping gems.
That's true. So how does her saying that impact the fact that people are still having the idea and the notion that these women don't translate overseas? How does what she did, or how she's going about doing, because that's the true impact, right? The true impact is society doesn't believe that black actors and black actresses in particular, in this case, don't translate well overseas, so that's why they're not paying them that much up front. This is I'm guessing based off of what Taraji said, right? So if everybody, their whole career saying you don't translate well overseas, how is what she did going to help other black women translate overseas? You have to strategically attack the systematic thing that's happening, and that's not a systematic attack. That's not a systematic.
It doesn't have. I feel like it's not
a system.
I feel like it doesn't have to be a systematic attack because she's speaking from her own personal gain. She's speaking from her own personal knowledge, the lies and things that they have told her, and so she's putting the other women on game. Like, hey, they're going to tell you this, but that's not true. They're going to tell, because look at as much as like places like England and Paris, like France, and all those places, Europe, not necessarily. Well, yeah. So those countries or whatever, they translate over here, and I'm pretty sure we translate over there because most of their actors are coming the fuck over here. So that's how I feel like not everything has to be a strategic place. Sometimes people learn better when it's from personal knowledge and personal wisdom, and maybe it's not to her. Maybe it's checkers, not chess. I'm not necessarily sure. Right. I can't think for her, but that's how you will go about doing it. But
chess.
But for her, she's still dropping gems. She's still giving out her personal knowledge. She's still saying what it is that she needs to say. And I give her accolades because she's not letting things hold her back anymore. Like, I feel like she's played the game. She's done that. And like she was saying in a previous interview, she keeps getting knocked down. And at some point, you get fucking tired.
Yeah, and she is tired as an individual. She is upset with where she is right now, as where Hollywood is right now, because it affects her personally. It impacts her personally.
Yeah, it impacts her personally.
So when she's speaking from a personal standpoint. So this noble, giving her this, crown of being noble, and I'm just playing devil's advocate part because I do get it, but to me, you have to think about how to. It's a system thing.
But see, I feel like you.
How do I impact the system so I really can help other black women?
And that's what she's doing.
How? She's just speaking on her personal experience.
Because you speak about your personal experiences. That's how you make change. You talk about things that happen to you. You talk about your experiences. You share that wisdom. You don't hold on to it. A lot of people be going through so much bullshit in life and they never talk about it. You don't know who you're going to help. You don't know what people are going to take from you. You don't know what wisdom people are going to gather from your stories. You don't know what people are going to get from that. You cannot hold on. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but sometimes holding on to your personal experiences really does hinder other people.
And I'm not, okay, I get that. So, I'm not saying she should not speak on it. I'm not saying she has the right to not.
What I'm hearing is, well, you're just talking about your own personal experience. How is that systematically going to help?
No.
Because now it's just talking about your personal things. Like, she's not talking about anybody else. She can't possibly talk about a life that she hasn't lived.
But no, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. I just think I don't know if y'all understand what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that the way she went about it is not going to impact. I don't feel like it's going to be a big enough impact to change the system that is in place that has disfranchised her as an actress.
Well, no, it's not gonna.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not about making a huge impact. Sometimes you have to make cracks. There's this saying that says a steady drip of water can cause a hole in a rock, and that's what it is. Sometimes you have to be a steady drip of water. Like, things are not going to change overnight. But her speaking about this production company the way that she has on her press tour, that shows bravery. That shows that is some courageous shit. Like, she's not up there faking the funk for anybody. And I feel like, yes, that will imply some change, because it's like, well, damn, if she's talking about this to somebody who's brave enough with this new generation, these kids is wild. I'm pretty sure that will translate very well to them. Like, nah, I'm not about to accept this shit. Like, if stuff not here, her talking about, oh, we need drivers. I didn't know what the fuck. I didn't even know that was a thing that the production company does. But to somebody coming up or somebody that's already in the game, okay, yeah, maybe I should start asking for this. Maybe I should start doing this. So it doesn't have to be a giant impact, but just her speaking up the way that she's speaking up and the things that she's speaking up about, I feel like that is a very big impact, because overall it's hurting the overall sales, the overall gross income of the movie. And whose pockets is that going to hurt? The big production companies. That's how I feel. But guys, you let us know. Welcome to our debates. Let's get back into it.
Industry. And when she was asked about her thoughts on it, this is what she said.
I'm very happy, very blessed. To each his own. I didn't have that experience, so, but to get your piece out is important. I totally understand that. And I love my girls for looking out for each other. But I'm good.
Now, I thought this reaction was a little odd because from what I remember, I thought Vivica was cool with Taraji. They both were on Empire together at one point, and when Vivica was getting roasted by 50, Taraji stepped in and defended her. So I thought they were cool, but judging by Vivica's reaction and tone, it seems as if they're not as cool as I thought. I don't know, but I definitely expected her answer to be a bit different. She's like, y'all complaining and y'all struggling. I'm living my best life. I'm getting these Lifetime movie checks. I'm getting these independent movie checks. I'm doing my thing. I don't have no complaints. It's not like she said anything wrong, but it just didn't seem like she really cared all that much about what Taraji was saying. That's just what I got from it. Now, Gabrielle Union saw this and she liked a shady tweet about Vivica. Actually, it was two tweets. One tweet said, I'm sure Gabrielle Union has made more than Taraji, but she publicly supported her and agreed. Compared to their white counterparts, both are underpaid. Vivica kissing A won't get you casted, hun. She could have not answered the question. She also liked the...
Has Gabrielle Union made more money than Taraji P?
She said more than Vivica Fox.
Then she said Taraji.
Gabrielle Union has not made more money than Taraji P.
Has Gabrielle Union made more money than Vivica Fox?
Yeah.
Vivica got a resume, bro.
She do got a little resume.
She got a resume.
Oh, it do say Taraji. Well, I'm sure Gabrielle Union has made more than Taraji. No,
I don't think so. I don't know about that one.
No.
Let's get back into it.
Another tweet that said this: she hasn't experienced Taraji's successes either. Next. Gabby also threw another sub and said, help us or get out the way. We working over here. That was a bit shady. That was a bit shady. And it's true that Vivica hasn't been in the Oscar conversation like Taraji. She hasn't won a Golden Globe like Taraji. So yeah, I can agree that Vivica is not on Taraji's level career-wise, but we're not going to throw salt on Vivica's name. I mean, she has been in the industry for 30 plus years. She's been acting consistently. She has been in big blockbuster movies like Kill Bill and Independence Day 1 and 2. She's done independent movie projects, TV movies, a lot of the cult classic black movies like Set It Off, Soul Food, Two Can Play That Game, Booty Call. I mean, the list goes on. And she's still consistently working at almost 60 years old. So you can't really throw shade at her career. A lot of girls would love to have the career that she has. And even though I think it would have been nice if she showed some solidarity with Taraji, I understand that not everybody wants to take on that fight. I mean, when Monique spoke out, nobody spoke up for her. I mean, there might have been some people who spoke up, but I don't remember as many people rallying behind her the way they rallied behind Taraji. But that's besides the point. I still do support Taraji and what she's saying, and I think that she has every right to speak her piece. But also, I'm not really mad at Vivica for not wanting to get involved either. The conversation is not about her, so she pretty much tried to stay out of it. But anyway, tell me what y'all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much.
As far as Vivica Fox, I don't feel like she threw any shade. I felt like she was happy with where she's at, where she's getting paid, etc., etc. So she was just like, I'm good. And I feel like the last part that people might have mistaken as shade was just Vivica being Vivica. It's her personality. So she still said that she stood in solidarity with her. She supports Taraji for saying whatever it is that she needed to say. And it could be that Vivica understands that she's not on Taraji's level. Like, she still is that girl, but
she ain't Taraji.
She ain't Taraji. And
No.
so she may be like, I'm good. So I don't think she's gonna be like outside picketing, like, sit the fuck down. I don't think she'll be doing that. But I feel like she said what she had to say. It wasn't shade or anything. Now Gabby, that's some shade shit.
Gabrielle Union. But Gabrielle Union, everybody talking about noble, and we talking about noble and bold and brave. Gabrielle Union will say some stuff.
She will.
She will say some stuff for real.
That
so
lady will say what she is thinking.
Now that is true.
She will absolutely say it, and I love that for her.
Yeah,
I love that for her. She's beautiful.
I support. I support black women in any space.
I saw Gabrielle
Union
doing
positive things
a while ago, and this was back when I was young, like
long time ago.
When I used to live in New Orleans, I saw her at the arena. She is beautiful in person. She is. How she looks on the internet is how she looks in real life, and I was shocked. And I was like,
no filter back
no filter. But but yeah, guys, let us know what you think about the video. You guys got to saw us debate a little bit. But yeah, again, let me know if we saw the movie and how did it go. Did you wear purple?
And until next time.
And until next time, guys. Peace.